Hey guys. So I decided to do a 1 month check in living in my apartment. I'm still having a hard time getting used to it. I absolutely love it, but I am from a different mindset. So I always am like waiting for the next shoe to drop or very hyper vigilant. So it's really getting it's really me trying to get used to this new normal for me and that I do deserve nice things. Okay. So let's get that out of the way. The other thing is that I hoped, planned, dreamed, wished that Eddie would be here for this because Eddie 100% deserved this. Um, so but it's also wrapping my mind around the fact that I probably wouldn't live here if Eddie was still here. And I know that sounds crazy, but by that I mean this. Eddie and I were both from the old school of that's a good job, Savannah. So I worked for the county for 23 years the day that Eddie passed away. And I hated, I loved my job. I loved what I did. I did it forever. And I actually liked a lot of the employees there, staff there. We had broken bread together and been to each other's, events and things. But I despised my boss, and she in turn despised me. But she had not been my boss the entire time, so that's where the dynamic shifted. She was my coworker, and then became the boss in every sense of the word. Anyway, I was very unhappy to the point that like my children would call me FaceTime, and when they would see my face, they would be like, "Don't let her see you like this." Like oh, just miserable. Anyway, but I grew up in the mindset, like I said, you don't quit a good job. So um, when I met Eddie and I worked at this job for 23 years and made great money and decent money to help me take care of three children, I was really grateful. But again, not happy. I am now doing content at this time and enjoying the content and enjoying the spoils of the content. My boss is becoming even more unbearable. And but I am not from an entrepreneurial background. I am from a weekly, bi-weekly check background, which is nothing wrong with that. So the thought of leaving the job was never there. Also, Eddie and I are from the same background. So he's like, just hold on to your pension. Just hold on. So my generation, we were kind of taught you just keep that job. It doesn't matter if it's making you sick, debilitating, you're going to end up maybe in jail. You keep the job. So the point of all that is to say, I probably would not be in this apartment if Eddie was here because he would have said, hold on. He wouldn't have wanted me to leave my job because that's a level of security that my generation understands and knows. And I just, one, I wouldn't have been able to afford it. I'm gonna keep it a buck, okay? Because I make more money now doing content than I did, but I'm retired, so mazel tov. But it would have been me trying to twist his arm to agree to the not agree because people are like, you're grown, you could do whatever you want. But when you're in a relationship, you have a partner, these are things you discuss. Going to get your nail polish change is like, I'm gonna go do what I do. He don't have to like it. Quitting a job, but worrying about your health benefits, worrying about a pension is something that you do with a partner. And I really was grateful and cherished the fact that I 100% viewed Eddie as my partner. And that's the truth of it. I would not be here because I would still have been working at my job. So when I say retired, I left the job, but I retire March 3rd because my birthday is March 2nd and I'll be 55. So when you work for like the state or the county, you can retire at 55 and 25 years of service, or, that's the bare minimum, the youngest. So they want me to wait until I'm 62. And I absolutely do not want to wait because that's crazy. And I've told the story before. I remember Eddie passed away February 15th. I decided that I was not coming back to the job. I was once I took care of the funeral and sent him home and did what I had to do, that I wasn't going back there to work. I was going there to quit. And I called my mommy and daddy and told them, and they both were traumatized because where do you think I got that mindset that you don't leave a job? I got it from them because that's what we knew. So, anyway, I'm in my apartment for a month. I'm still fighting with Quince for my couch. Ordered my couch December 11th. It said it would be here 2 to 4 weeks. And the fourth week, I gave them to the fourth week, contacted them. They tell me it's going to ship out between the 13th and 15th of January. Okay. I contact them January 14th because I'm like, they're about to call me and tell me my couch is coming, but let me just check. They tell me my couch is not going to ship out for another 2 weeks. So, and they're going to give me a refund of $200 on the couch, the little discount of $200 on the couch. I did respond. So you're lying now or you're lying the other day? Because you said the other day it was going to be coming. And were you going to tell me? Because if I didn't call you, because I haven't heard from these people since I ordered the couch. So we shall see. But the point is, to all of that is to say, I know in my heart, I would not have moved here because I would still be working at my job. I would not be able to do what I do and the content and the travel because Eddie would have said, hold on. And you know what? Come on, my man, my man, my man, my baby, my. So that's why this is bittersweet because I kind of have the apartment because he had to go. So anyway, it is 1 month in. Soon as I get my couch, I'm going to do an apartment tour. I've been showing bits and pieces of it because it's a work in progress. I brought nothing from my old apartment except one little piece here, like this tissue box cover. Okay, random things that I bought. But like this chair I purchased recently, those stools, viral Walmart stools, these chairs behind me. Oh, that credenza I did bring, that I made a bar, I did bring, but most of the stuff I didn't. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to keep working on this YouTube channel as hard as it is for me. And stay tuned. Okay.